Are you worried about how the peak pollution season will harm kids in your family or the elderly or even yourself? With three practical tips, the next few minutes of this video can probably help. But there's a serious hurdle for many people, and we'll just get to that. Now, we can control what we eat, what we drink, but how can we control what we breathe? Experts say that air pollution can affect all our body organs, systems, and biological processes, from breathing difficulties to development issues like low IQ to cancers to premature death. This is Chakra, and I'm Chetan Bhattacharya, a longtime journalist. I'm now trying to simplify the extensive science and data around air pollution and climate change for individuals, communities, and businesses. So, here are three basic ways to protect yourself and your family. The number one way is masks. This is an immediate barrier between pollution and your mouth and nose. So, which masks are best and which to avoid? There are plenty in the market, but the experts are clear. Don't use cloth masks or even surgical masks for outdoor air pollution. These may stop the bigger particles like dust, but not the really fine ones. A recent paper recommended three types: N95, KN95, P2, and there's another one, FFP2, and they're roughly the same. What these do is to filter out or block at least 95% of the PM 2.5 pollutants entering your body. PM 2.5 means particulate matter of 2.5 micrometers, which is much smaller than a human hair. The costs range from 10-20 rupees a piece for an N95 to 200-300 rupees or more, depending on the kind of mask. Some of them have valves, which help in breathing easily and moisture doesn't collect. But the recent report also points out that usually face masks do not filter gaseous pollutants, for example, carbon monoxide and formaldehyde. Other specialized masks are available for that. The crucial thing is that masks must fit snugly around your mouth and nose so that the air does not leak inside it except through the mask. And it cannot be worn continuously. Some asthmatics and other vulnerable people may not be able to wear masks for a long period of time, or sometimes not at all. The best thing then is to stay indoors with an air purifier. People with vulnerable health should also speak to their doctor. The second step to protect yourself against air pollution is air purifiers. Now, if you've got these, get them ready for rising pollution. I'm not going to be talking about the really high-end ones which handle carbon dioxide as well as air pollutants, but I'm only going to be talking about the basic air purifier ones that most of us are familiar with, which handle the usual air pollutants, PM 2.5 and so on. Now, can you see this mark? It's from the air purifier in my children's room. This is indoor air pollution. This is the kind of toxic filth that ends up in our lungs, which we have to prevent as far as possible. Most air purifier models require replacing the filter once these are dirty. Some allow for these to be cleaned, so check with the manufacturer's instructions. Now, the thing is that air purifiers by themselves are pointless unless you make sure that the windows and doors of the room are kept shut, especially when they're in operation. But do ventilate the room, open the windows every now and then to get rid of the built-up CO2 or carbon dioxide. The third step to protect yourself is to track the pollution levels in your area. That can help you decide whether your kid should go and play outside, whether you should wear a mask, is it healthy to go and jog. But how do you do that? How do you tell the level of air pollution and the air pollutants, the specific air pollutants in your neighborhood, around your house? There are a couple of ways you can check the air pollution in your area. It can be through an app on your phone. This can be a weather app or an AQI app. The other is to invest in an air quality monitor or sensor. What you see here are 4 samples of sensors. The first is a laser egg by Kytera. The other is an Airveda, and 2 smaller models, Prana and Kinping. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. The one common feature in all these 4 models over here is that they report the PM 2.5 level. And to keep it simple, we'll just stick to that key pollutant, PM 2.5, and in a separate video, there'll be a deeper dive as to how these air quality sensors and monitors really help us. PM 2.5 is the most important because that is so fine that it can settle deep in your lungs and then spread to the rest of your body. The ones for retail customers like you and me tend to be mainly for indoor use, but you can use them briefly to get outdoor pollution data as well. Now, several of these types of air pollution monitors allow for data to be shared, like these two from Ayurveda and Prana, both made in India. So maybe it makes sense for a few neighbors to pull in and buy an outdoor air quality monitor for your immediate neighborhood. Supposing you're in a block of flats, you can get one which tracks the air quality in just that particular areas. And the small ones like these, you can carry around easily and check how much pollution you are exposed to in a day. How that works is that you keep it on, you go from place to place, maybe in a car, or if you're taking a metro or any public transport, or if you're walking to work or walking from one place to another, going to a shop. What is the air pollution that you're breathing at that particular point of time? A device like this can help you monitor that. That's the exposure to air pollution. However, here's the unfortunate bit, the unfortunate hurdle. Air pollution affects everyone equally, but the solutions I mentioned can be costly to most people. Either buying air purifiers or masks, or even having the option to stay indoors on high pollution days, that's a luxury for a lot of people. So the overall aim has to be to cut air pollution at source so that you don't have to buy masks and air purifiers and extra medicines. For now, that day seems far off. Now, if you found this useful, please do share it with someone you think it may benefit. Thanks for checking out this video of Earth Chakra.